It's an informal event. I see people standing there, shouting out loud. You can occupy spaces, you can come forward because we're going to start off the riff off. Because Sony Music India presents the riff off, the ultimate music and dance freestyle showcase. To begin this event, guys, on the count of three, I want everyone to shout the riff off. 3, 2, 1. Guys, I can't hear you. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, guys. We begin this event. And to know more about the event, I'm basically excited as an artist to know more about this event. It's freestyle showcase, it's improv. Feels very confusing, guys. Every event needs a curation and every community needs a gathering like this. And this beautiful event is curated by our own Darbuka Siva. So I welcome you on the stage to address this audience. Make some noise for Darbuka Siva, guys.
Thank you so much, and I'm going to try and keep this as informal as possible. Otherwise, it would end up like one more film show or something like that. So, just a small gist of what we're trying to do here. I come from the indie music scene, and right now I've been doing some work with films, but my heart is still where I started off. And even before I start talking, I was so glad to see Mr. Paul Jacob, who I think is like the godfather of independent music in India. Maybe this generation might not know him, but I know what he did for independent music, and I'm so glad to have him here. So thanks a lot, Paul. Thanks for coming. And okay, so ever since I got busy with film work and all that, like I wasn't able to perform live on stage and all that, doing lots of studio work. But I try to like go and check out what's happening around every now and then. So one Sunday I had a chance to go to Ananagar Tower to check out what's happening like this with this whole cipher and all that. So I just went there. I was just standing in the corner and I was just observing what's happening. So there was this like thin guy standing there with like a Bluetooth speaker and going around, and there were rappers who were like jamming with that, and I thought it was brilliant. And there was all sorts of crowd there. And I think that's what like independent music should be. It shouldn't be catered to, this is like an Adyar crowd, so they should listen to this sort of music, and this is like a washerman crowd, and this crowd should listen to this sort of music. So there were all sorts of brilliant things happening in Ananagar Tower. I think the people there, I don't think some of the people didn't even have an idea of what rap music is all about, but they were experiencing it. I think that's the great thing about independent music. So what I immediately felt was like these guys have some great talent, and they are very proactive, and they want to do something about the music. So I thought it'd be nice to kind of give them a space. So that's where the whole thing started. In fact, some of the guys didn't even know that I was there. I tried to pick up some numbers and I tried to understand who's like running this whole thing, and I was told this guy called Rap Kid. So he's here. So I heard he was the one who was putting together all these things. So immediately, with whatever relationship I have with Sony Music, I spoke to them and said, can we just organize a space? Let's not call it a community or collective or the already existing tags. Let this not have a tag. Let this just be riff off, where if you have a riff, just come and show it, and there's someone who can do an exchange for it. So that's the whole idea. Let's not give it a name. This is not a platform, because all these names have already been used and the meanings have become so diluted and so different. Everything doesn't need to have a tag. Let this just be a riff off. And if you have a riff, come, you're welcome. Doesn't matter where you come from and what you do and how you look like. The space is open for all of you. So that's the idea. We want to make it as inclusive as possible, right from Vanarapetai to Adyar. Everybody is welcome here, and you can like feel free to exchange whatever you have. And I want to keep it like an open cipher, but for the initial edition of this time, I want to keep it like at least a bit of curation so we know what's happening. But in the future, the idea is to keep doing this and keep it as open as possible. So all sorts of artists, from DJs to multimedia artists, graphic designers, whoever you call it, like breakers, beat makers. So this will be a space for everyone to just come and jam. So that's the whole idea, and I'm glad it's happening. I don't want to take it any more further. So that's the idea. And we have some super talented rappers. We have some brilliant dancers. We have some lots of musicians. So hope you all enjoy this with an open mind. Thank you so much.